Namaskaram to all, and welcome to one more session. Chaturmukha Samarambham Vagbhadacharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Vidyandam Vande Guru Paramparam Yagadirogan Sadadanushaktan Sheshagaya Prasadaana Sheshan Aulsukya Moha Aradidan Jakhana Yo Purva Vaidyaya Namostu Tasmai. In our previous sessions, we saw that any living being, from the very first moment of its existence, starts to state the functions of Poshanam, Pajanam, and Chalanam. Poshanam, Pajanam, and Chalanam. Everything, every structural aspect of the being is designed in tune with these primary events. Poshanam, Pajanam, Chalanam. Every structural aspect is meant for accomplishing these three primary events. And we also saw that this is the basic idea behind Tridosha Siddhantam, the very basic idea. And while concluding the last session, we had a question with us. The question was, is there any advantage in this proposal of Tridosha Siddhanta as far as the applied aspect of the Shastra is concerned? That is what we were supposed to look into in our coming sessions. Otherwise, it is a waste of time. If we could have managed these things at the level of dhatu, at bhudas, even there is such a school, everyone knows. So we are looking into the practical advantages of Tridosha Siddhanta. The primary notion about the relationship between bhudas and doshas, we have seen as the opening statement of the chapter Dosha Bhediya. Vayu Agasha Dhadubhyam Vayuhu. Let us take that statement as an example for explaining all these things. Vayu Agasha Dhadubhyam Vayuhu. So of these two, in the case of Vayu or Vada dosha, it has two components, Vayu and Agasa. The Lakshana of Vayu is Chalatvam. Lakshana of Agasa is Apradikhadatvam. Chalatvam and Apradikhadatvam. And in the Garbha Shariram, we saw Vayur Vibhajadi, Akasham Vivardhayati. And as the Sharira grows into a fully functional entity, we saw that all the bhudas are contributing in that sort of attaining that fully grown stage. And each bhuda has its contribution. If we look into Vayu and Akasha, Vayavyastu Sparishaha, Sparishendriyam Sarvacheshta Samuhaha. Each word is very interesting. Sarvacheshta Samuhaha, sarva sharira spandanam lekhuta cha. That is the contribution of Vayu, and as far as Akasha is concerned, Andarikshaha, Shabdaha, Shabdendriyam, Sarva Chidra Samuho, Viviktata cha. Vayu Akasha Dhadubhyam Vayu. So let us put these things together. Then obviously a dosha named Vayu will have Chalatvam and Apradikhadatvam as its lakshanas. In the Garbha, it performs the karmas of Vibhajati and Vivardhayati, and in a fully functional Sharira, Sampurna Sharira, it contributes, or its contributions can be, when we put together, Sparishaha, Sparishendriyam, Sarvacheshta Samuhaha, Sarva Sharira Spandanam, Shabdaha, Shabdendriyam, Sarvachidra Samuhaha, and Viviktada. Putting Vayu and Akasha together. I just combined Vayu and Akasha together, nothing else. Now, we can see Acharya Vagbhada enlisting the gunas of Vada dosha. Other Acharyas are also doing it. For the sake of easiness of explanation, I am taking the Ashtanga Hridayam text, that's all. What are the enlisted gunas of Vayu? Tatra ruksho lekhu shitaha gharaha sukshmaha chalo nilaha chalaha anilaha. Tatra rukshaha lekhuhu shitaha gharaha sukshmaha chalaha anilaha. Here also we find the same combination of Vayu and Akasha Bhutas operating together. If you look into these gunas, we can find that the same combination is operating. Vayu and Akasha Bhutas, they combine as a unit. Now, earlier we have seen the karmas of Vada dosha in its avikrita avastha. Now let us bring those explanations to this situation. Tam chalaha ulsaha uchvasa nishvasa cheshta vega pravartanaihi samyaggatya cha dhadunam akshanam padavena cha anugrinhadi avikritaha. Anugrinhadi avikritaha. So we find the karmas, the activities or events happening in the sharira. Ulsaham, uchvasa nishwasam, cheshta, vega pravartanam, dhadunam samyak gatihi, indriya padavam. So all these events or activities happening in the sharira are accomplished by Vayu, and it is accomplished when the Vayu Akasha Bhuta combination is operational optimally. When the Vibhajati, Vivardhayati functions are happening properly. And when the Chalatva, Apradikhadatva behaviors of Vayu and Akasha respectively are very well in place. When they are very well in place. Ulsaha, Uchvasa, Nishvasa, Cheshta, Vega Pravartanaihi, Samyaggatya cha dhadunam, Akshanam padavena cha anugrinhadi avikritaha. So in effect, these features represent as unit or a system. These features, Ulsahochvasa, Nishwasa, Cheshta, Vega, Pravartana, etc., etc., those features represent a system which has the potential to initiate a movement, maintain it till it is required to be maintained, regulate it in terms of its speed and direction, and also make sure that the specific pathways for the successful operation of such movements are very well in place. That shows the intactness, the integrity of that combination. And these are all achieved or accomplished by means of the combination of that chalatva, apradikhadatva combination of Vayu and Akasha. Chalatva, apradikhadatva. With these points or inputs in mind, let us just go through the description in Vadakalakaliyam. Something like a short visit to Vadakalakaliyam. What is that? Vayustandrayandra dharaha pranodana samana vyanapanatma prapartagas cheshtanam uchavachanam niyanda praneta cha manasaha sarvendriyanam udyojagah sarvendriyarthanam abhivodha sarva sharirad-dhadu vyuhakaraha sandhanakaraha sharirasya pravartako vachaha prakritihi sparsha shabdayoho shrotra sparshanayoho moolam harsholsahayoho yonihi samirano agnehe dosha samshoshanaha kshepta bahihi malanam स्थूलानुस्रोदसां भेत्ता कर्ता गर्भागृतीनां आयुषः अनुवृत्ति प्रत्ययभूतः भवति अकुपितः. A big list of assignments. Vayustandrayandradharaha pranodana samana vyanapanatma pravartagascheshtanam uchavachanam niyanda praneda cha manasaha sarvendriyanam udyojagah sarvendriyarthanam abhivodha sarva sharira dhadu vyuhakaraha sandhanakaraha sharirasya pravartako vachaha prakriti sparsha shabdayoho shrota sparshanayor moolam harsholsahayor yoni samiranognehe dosha samshoshanaha kshepta bahirmalanam स्थूलानुस्रोदसां भेत्ता कर्ता गर्भागृतीनां आयुषः अनुवृत्ति प्रत्ययभूतः भवति अकुपितः. Of course, forget about the individual points which need to be discussed in detail. Forget them. Take the activities as a whole and you will be happy or rather amazed to note that all these things can be connected to the chalatva and apradikhadatva of Vayu, or to the base statement that Vayu agasha dhadubhyam Vayu. chalatva and apradikhadatva of vayu. By that way, vayu agasha dhadubhyam vayu. We are explaining about vayu as an example. You can find similar points corresponding to the pitta and kapha. As we explore more and more, the sensibility that Acharya Vagbhada showed to frame the opening statement of his chapter Doshabhediyam will become more and more meaningful. Why the chapter Doshabhediyam started with the statement that Vayu Agasha Dhadubhyam Vayuhu Vagneyam Pittam Ambha Prithivibhyam Sleshma. That is supposed to be the fundamental bheda between doshas. Now, let us come back to some more interesting observations which are documented in the Samhitas. We find the explanation regarding the sthanas of doshas in Sharira. Dosha sthanas. And the primary explanation in this regard is te vyapinopi krnnabhyoho adhomadhyurdhva samshraya. Te vyapinopi krnnabhyoradhomadhyurdhva samshraya. Te vyapinaha. They are vyapinaha. Vyapin. Vyapi means which extends and occupies thoroughly or pervasive, omnipresent. Te vyapinaha. So, as far as doshas are concerned, they are pervasive, they are omnipresent in the Sharira. Still, vyapinaha api krnnabhyo radho madhyurdhu samsrayaha. Krnnabhyoho adho madhyurdhva samsrayaha. That is, despite their pervasive nature, they tend to get occupied in Hrannabhyoho, Athaha, Madhya and Urdhva respectively. They tend to get occupied Hrannabhyoho, Athaha, Madhya, Urdhva respectively. This is one way of explaining the sthanas of doshas. Nothing specified. Nothing specified. We know that Shariram is Shadangam. Shadangamangam. Shirondaradhirdvau bahu sakthini cha samasataha Shadangamangam. Here in this explanation, Krnnabhyo radho madhyurdhva samsrayaha, only the Andaradhi is considered. Hriddesham, that is Uras. Then the Desham between Hriddesham and Nabhi. Then the Desham below Nabhi. Hriddesham below Nabhi. And the statement tells us Hriddesham has the dominance of Sleshma, or it is the sthana of Sleshma. Krnnabhyoho madhyam is Pitta sthana. Nabhe rathaha is Vadasthana in Andaradhi. And these sthanas explained here are basically Deha Deshas. No Avayavas or Ashayas or Srotas specified. Further, this can be seen extended to specific sthanas or locations. For example, look at Vadasthanas. Pakvashaya Kadi Sakti Shrotra Asthis Parishanendriyam Sthanam Vatasya. Pakvashaya Kadi Sakti Shrotra Asthis Parishanendriyam Sthanam Vatasya. Vadasya Sthanam Pakvashayam Kadi Sakti Shrotram Asthi Sparishanendriyam. All are avayavas. Even the asthi here is not asthi dhadu, is avayava. And are all specific in nature. They are all specific. So, from the statement that nabhe rathaha, we explore Vayu further and try to meet him in other locations. And we meet him. We meet him in sthanas like Pakvashaya, Kadi, Sakti, Shrotra, Asti, Sparshanendriyam. It's not finished. We explore further. Explore further, and we find again specific division of Vadasthanas. Specific division. What are they? Pranaha Murdhagaha, Udanaha Urasthitaha, Vyanaha Kritsthaha, Samanaha Agni Samipasthaha, Apanaha Apanasthitaha. Pranaha Murdhagaha, Murdhni Avasthitaha, Udanaha Urasthitaha, Vyanaha Kritsthaha, Samanaha Agni Samipasthaha, Apanaha Apanasthitaha. Apanaha Apanasthitaha. Again, these are Desha specific narrations and not an Avayava specific one. Murdha. It's not about any Avayava, but it is a Deha Desha. Uraha, Krit, Agni Samipasthaha, Apanasthitaha. These are all Desha specific. So we find Vayu in different locations, in different narratives. And it is very interesting to note that it is the same Vayu which is Ruksha, Lakhu, Sita, Ghara, Sukshma and Chala. It is the same Vayu which is Vayu Akasha predominant. It is the same Vayu which has Nabhehe Atha as its primary address, that we find operating in a series of Desha Visheshas, spreading from Murdha to Apana. Spreading from Murdha to Apana. Now, similar explanations can be seen about other two doshas as well. And these are all function-centric explanations. It takes the events and activities happening in a particular sthana into consideration. So we have to consider the events and activities for a review. As far as Vayu is concerned, from Vibhajati to Vivardhayati, about Chalanam, about Ulsahochvasa Niswasa Cheshta Vega Pravartanam Samyak Gatya Cha Dhadunam Akshanam Padavena Cha, to Prana Buddhi Hridayendriya Chitta Dhrik Shtivanakshavadudgara Nishwasa Anna Pravesha Krd Udana Vak Pravritti Prayatnorja Balavarna Smritikriyaha Vyana Gati Apakshepan Ulkshepa Nimesha Unmeshanatikaha Prayaha Sarva Kriyaha Samana Annam Grinhadi Pachati Vivechayati Munjati Apana Shukrartava Shagranmutra Garbha Nishkramana Kriyaha. See the range from prana, which is Shtivana Kshavadhu Udgara Nishwasa Anna Pravesha Krud, through Udana, which is Vak Pravritti Prayatnorja Balavarna Smriti Kriyaha, through Vyana, which is Gati Apakshepa Ulkshepa Nimeshu Unmeshanatikaha, through Samana, which is Annam Grihnadi Pachati Vivechayati Munjati, up to Apana, which is Shuklartava Shagranmutra Garbha Nishkramana Kriyaha. So here we find the pervasive nature of the Vayu, the omnipresent nature of the Vayu, and also the basic lakshanas of Vayu Akasha combination, that is Chalatvam and Apradikhadatvam, as the leading common characteristics which help him in delivering this diverse spectrum of events and activities. This diverse spectrum of events and activities is the contribution of the basic features of Vayu and Akasha, that means Chalatva and Apradikhadatva. So, as mentioned earlier, when we talk about a dosha called Vayu, what is unfolding in front of the student or the Vaidya is a system which has the potential to initiate movements, maintain the movements, regulate the movements in terms of their speed and direction, and a system which makes sure that the integrity of the pathways required for the successful operation of these movements is maintained optimally. When we say Vayu, what comes in our mind, or what should come in our mind, is a system which has the potential to initiate movements. Sarva Spandana Vishesha. Potential to initiate movements, maintain them, regulate them in terms of their speed and direction, and which makes sure that the integrity of the pathways required for the successful operation of such movements is maintained optimally. This is very important. When we are looking for Vayu, you should see many things. When we pronounce the word Vayu, there should be a surge of ideas flooding into our thought. Or when we look at a body which is in prakrita avastha or vikrita avastha and observe it, all these ideas should be kept intact as the background registry. Then we will start seeing the Vayu in a different light. Then we will start seeing Pitta. All these things are relevant to Pitta and Kabha. I am not very sure whether I can give, I think I will do that maybe in our future sessions. As we did it in the case of Vayu today, we will be doing the same thing in the case of Pitta and Kapha, which will make the understanding easier. So it is with this background information, with this context, that we are looking at the Samprapti. We are looking at the Samprapti. We have to reach there. When we say that Vayu is Kupita, Vayu is Kshina, or this is the Chayavastha of Vayu, we have to put all these ideas together in our mind. It should be there. I think the idea is getting clearer. I'm sure that it is not a closed chapter. We will have to, because every day with these ideas in my mind, in our minds, we see a new patient, new ideas will be popping up. If I had explained Vayu 10 years back, and if I explain Vayu now, ideas will be different. Because with every new idea, I am seeing a new patient. So don't bring anything else to this. Don't bring locomotive system, neurology, immunology, anything into this. This is pure Ayurveda, nothing else. Okay, fine. Now I think we have a couple of chats. Finally, I understood Chalaktum means Apradikhadatvam due to its basic ultimate function. Yeah, they are complementary to each other. They are complementary to each other when they are working as a unit. Where did Shita Guna of Vata come from? It is absent in both Vayu and Agasha Mahapuda. A very beautiful question. We will come to it. We will come to it. Definitely, I have taken note of that question, which is very important. We will come to it. Okay, fine. So, thank you very much. We will see in our next session. Please keep on reading. Keep on reading these basic chapters and keep on applying these things in your clinics and come up with new chats, new ideas, and let us move forward together. Vishayam sadhu vrittanam bhadram agama shalinam abhyasta karmanam bhadram bhadram bhadra. Thank you very much.